push. There it is. Ooh, good job. That was awesome. In terms of where you're feeling the lower back pain, where does it travel? Where does it start?
It starts probably here.
So more so like in this lower part, and then it radiates upwards?
Upwards, yeah.
Okay.
I feel it wrapping around my hip.
Okay, and then you said it kind of goes into the inner thigh as well?
Sometimes it does.
Okay. All right, so this is where you're starting to feeling it, but then you notice it into this area as well.
Correct.
Okay. Now, we did briefly mention about some neck issues. Where do you feel some of that stuff at?
That is more so like right up in here.
Right in the base of the neck?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you usually get your headaches, where do those start?
They start on this side.
On the left?
On the left side and come up where I can just feel it throbbing.
So around into the temple area.
Yeah.
Okay. So each time you come in, we're going to make sure I pull up those x-rays that we took on you last time. I don't want to guess on your health here, so we want to see how things are looking. So the x-rays really do play a big part in regards to how do we correct it. The scan, oftentimes what we're going to be doing is it's going to help me to know where the problems are located at. So we'll utilize as much information as possible, so that way when it comes to right there. So when it comes to trying to correct these issues, we want to gather as much information as possible.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a subtle one right there. So I'm looking for the mobility of that joint. As I tilt your head back and extend it, it should glide forward. So C6 looks like it's gliding pretty well. That's where you're feeling C7 gets stuck here. So here's C7, 1, 7, 1. Any pain or soreness with those?
7.
7, a little bit more.
Yeah.
I want to tilt over to the left. Actually going one side to the other doesn't seem too big. It seems like where you get stuck in the extension there. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right. Here's T4, T5, T6. Any soreness on those?
Probably like 5 and 6 area.
5, 6. Seems like 5 is the one that has the most swelling around it. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so when we damage a joint, not only do we get restriction or where it gets stuck, but you'll get the swelling or the fluid that wraps around that joint, just because that's where you irritate the joint, you irritate the tissue, and then your body sends inflammation in there. There's where you're seeing that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, T6 actually. Okay, let's take a look at the lower back here. I'll lean you back here just a little bit. Here's that 5, 4, 5, 1. How's that 5 right there? Sore at all?
A little bit.
More so on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tilt you over to the left here. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's where it gets stuck right there on the tailbone here. Okay. There you go. Relax in there. Okay. There you go. Right there. Now, your job is pretty easy. You just got to relax as much as possible. Just if you need to take your mind somewhere else that's more relaxing, go for it. Take it at the beach, the mountains, wherever you feel most relaxed. Just go there, relax in there, and then a little bit of a push. There it is. Ooh, good job. That was awesome. Let's have you walk that one off, all right? So come on up. Go ahead and stand for me. All right, go and walk towards the table on your right, and you're gonna turn around and walk towards me. How's your first adjustment, man?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I feel like feel my face.
Your face? Let's have you turn your face that way. What do you feel? Keep walking. Go and walk. What do you feel like a flesh feeling? What do you mean by in your
It
face?
feels like really like tingling almost like down my arm.
Down your arm? Yeah. So when we get pressure off of that area, when that pressure is on there, and we release that pressure, you can start to feel different sensations like that. Where it's like, ooh, something just woke up. Perfect. Relaxing the shoulders here. A little bit of a push, just like that. And there you go. Oh, there it goes already. A little bit more in there. Let it go. There it is. Let it go. There's the rest of it. Good. Nice and easy. You're doing good for your first adjustment, man. Coming up, have a seat. Let's get that one walking off a little bit. Let's get you coming over here, facing that way. We're almost done, man. Back to the chairs. Back and forth here.
Everyone's like sweating.
You're sweating here. It's a lot of uncertainty. One more time, get you walking there, and then we're gonna go on this table. How's the lower back doing?
That felt really good.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Good. All right, take a deep breath if you can. And let it all the way out. Relaxing the belly here. Drop. One more time, breathing in. Let it go. Dropping the shoulders. Nice. You do okay with that one?
Yeah, that honestly that felt the best.
That one?
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Keep going. A couple more times. We're going to have you sit down, and then we're going to rescope you, take a look at how you're doing. Okay? Yeah. So not bad for your first adjustment, man.
No, that middle one was pretty good.
Yeah, I would say, man. Good. Good. Yeah, so this one, like I said, your spine leans over to that left side, and then it compensates and shifts back over to the right. So hopefully we can take off a lot of that pressure off of the mid-back. Now, a lot of times people that get tension within the neck and into the shoulders here, it could be because of your neck, which obviously we have some neck issues as well.
Right.
But a lot of times when people start getting these tight shoulders, the tension in the neck, and then also the headaches, sometimes what could be coming from is from the mid-back here.
Okay.
So that could potentially start to help out with a lot of the headaches that you get, and then also just a lot of the tension that we have up here as well.
Okay.
So let's take a look how we're doing here. All right. Yeah, but that's why we treat the whole spine as a unit, just because even your lower back can affect what's happening upwards in terms of the neck, the shoulders. Okay, that's reducing a little bit. Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's take a look. Good. Yeah, that's doing much better on that mid-back for sure. Let's see how your lower back's doing. Good, that lower back still got some work on it, but that's going to be good for today. We did your C7. That's the base of your neck, and again, we're trying to push it forward because we're trying to get that spine to come back a little bit. Okay. The second thing that we did was your lower back, and this is your tailbone or your sacrum here. So it's P7L, which basically means that your sacrum, like I said, it's popped out and it's shifting out like this, and then what it's doing, it's rotating the rest of the spine.
Okay.
So that's a clear indication that that's where we need to work on. So we pushed it forward. As we push that forward, we're stabilizing the foundation so that the rest of the structure can start to shift and move back. Okay. But basically, when we shift it back, your body's been this way for such a long time that your body now has to undo some of that stress. So your lower back pain is where you're feeling that, but sometimes it can shift and move and change as time goes on. But that's the necessary process for the body to undo the years and years of stress.
Right.
So walking is one of the best things that we can start to do so that process can continue. Okay. Ice is another thing, just because ice will help to reduce some of the inflammation in there.
Okay.
But walking is one of the biggest things that will help to, one, push out inflammation, but then two, it will actually help the rest of the spine to undo some of the stress here. Okay. The last thing that we did was your mid-back. That's where your spine kind of kinks to the left, and then it kind of comes back this side.
Right.
So this one, as well as we shift this one going back, it will start to shift and move and change the rest of the structure as well.
Okay.
So we got some work ahead of us, but it's a good start to what we were doing for the process here. Okay. Any questions for me?
No, I'm excited.
Good, man. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man.